Hi.
Hey, y'all.
Hi. Hi. We got a lot to talk about, huh? Oh boy. I know. Brandy's just like, yep. Hi, Robert. I think you're the first one here, Robert. How you doing?
Hello, Mr. Giggles.
And
Hey, Vanessa.
Vanessa. Vanessa's been hanging out for a few minutes. Natalie, I know, Natalie. I know. We got us a cliffhanger. I know.
I know. I got to get Gail. I got to get me the next one, too.
I just told Brandy I have it in my Amazon cart. I have not made a purchase yet. So whenever I make a purchase from Amazon, it's in there. But yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I was ooh, I think I was reading it late at night the other night and I was like, what in the hell is going on? I'm like, I got all confuddled and confused for a while, and I was like, oh.
Well, I felt bad because as of my live last night, I had not started it.
Right.
So between last night and today, when I got home, I finished it.
Wow, that was a lot to read in one night.
For me, not so much, but
Are you reading it like physically reading it or listening to it?
physically reading it.
So, but you're reading it like on your phone, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
I can just go,
Yeah,
hello, Jeanette.
gotcha. Hi, Jeanette. How are you? I don't know, Robert. You made Robert's day, month, week, month.
Well, when he got to meet Sharon, the Diamond Lady, and she's really sweet because she was on
Uh-huh.
a Zoom. I haven't gotten to go back to the Zoom for a little bit, but one day I will.
I mean, I can now that you sent me the like that chat or whatever that they put all the Zoom links in. I'm like, geez, Louise, somebody's putting a Zoom link in there like every day. I'm like,
Oh
what are
yeah,
y'all?
there's a Zoom going on almost all the time.
I know. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Wow, just for no reason at all. Just come hang out.
Yep, just hang out and talk and craft. That's
All
pretty much
right.
it.
Well, yeah, I haven't had time to get in there. Anyhow, well, I'm glad everybody's doing good. We have rain here. There was a lot of rain yesterday around us, but it didn't rain at our house, which was weird. So today it's raining.
We
Anyhow,
had rain yesterday, and it's overcast now, so who knows what's going to happen?
I mean, it came down. I mean, it was like we were stuck in Lowe's on the other side, in town. We were stuck in Lowe's and it was just pouring. So that was yesterday.
You have some frogs pouring down on you?
Yeah, it was something. It was coming down. Today's just been windy and we're back to like that summer hot, humid. Just
yeah, the kind you're like, ugh.
I was enjoying the fallish kind of weather and now we're hot and humid. It's going to get up to like 88 by the end of the week. I'm like, are you kidding? 88. Okay.
I have been in nail polish palooza and then forgot to turn on my fan.
Uh-oh. So Brandy's high.
I was like, not today, but the
Hi,
other
Karen.
night I was like, whoo. But you know how I told you I was not going to order anything else from Instagram ads?
Oh, you did though.
I ordered two things and I said, all right, if these things don't come in, then I'm not ordering no more. But both of them came in. The last one is a shirt. I got a shirt.
Oh, all right.
And I love it. It's a Halloween shirt. And
Oh,
it's cute and sassy at the same time.
sassy. Okay. All right. So, I mean, we got the orb. We got the book.
I
We're
wish they
going.
had not done the orb. I really.
Yeah. Well, they did. And then they had that whole attack thing because of the orb, right?
Yep. And Tamlin. I'm telling you, I went from liking him to being a little bit upset with him. Now I'm pure out pissed off at him.
Well, that whole attack thing was interesting. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on. And okay, so my thought was, doesn't anybody else in the town have any powers to fight back? Because they weren't fighting. It was just the main characters that were doing that.
Well, I think because they're lesser fae, they don't have those kind of powers. My understanding is that pretty much the ones with powers are your high faes or your Illyrian warriors.
Okay.
The others don't have powers, I don't think.
So they couldn't do anything.
Uh-uh.
That was my thought. I was like, they're all just like sitting ducks, just sitting there, just getting picked off and just weren't able to do anything. I don't know. And then, I mean, that was a whole battle scene right there. I was like, it was almost like if I would have watched it in a movie, I probably could have grasped it better, exactly what was happening, because there was so much going on. This person's over here and this one's over here and somebody's fighting this, and then she does this whole water thing and takes off with this water, and she's got the rainbow, and I'm like, what the heck, what's I don't know what's with the rainbow. And I just, it all just got intense real fast, real quick, so much going on, and I'm still sitting here trying to make sure I understand it all, and I don't think I don't honestly, I could probably go back and read the last 100 pages again. And
you probably get a lot more out of it if you did, because like I followed the battle and I followed what happened. Yeah, and those queens, with the exception of the poor one, I mean, seriously, they just had to take out their aggression. It's not like that, because we know they killed that other queen. That other queen, and then they killed the gold queen that helped them out. No. So those human queens, someone needs to.
Well, I think there's some people who are ready to kind of get back at them, I think.
Hey, Katerina. Yeah. Now, did you find it interesting that she had gone without painting for so long, and she's in that little cabin doing her little broody brood?
She's painting away,
and she's just painting away, and she's painting like every surface.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I found it interesting that he was having dreams of her before he ever met her.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, Sue.
Yeah, he dreamed of a girl that was painting and all that. Yeah. And then, okay, how do you think it happens that just like boom, in an instant, Lucian's like, she's my mate? I'm like, what?
Well, remember that Rise didn't really get that whole mate feel until her life was in danger. So technically, her sister's life was in danger because they didn't know, you don't know if she was going to survive the cauldron.
Right.
Okay. And it snapped into
So when she was going into the cauldron, he's like, no, that's my mate.
Yep, that's when he realized.
Yeah. So that was all just weird. I mean, like I'm saying, it was just weird.
So now they're not humans anymore.
Right.
So that's going to be an interesting next book. That's why I'm going to have to get the next book.
I knew that they would come back into the whole thing somehow.
Is Cassian's got a thing for her other sister. And now Lucian, that's his mate. And so it's going to be all kind of weird.
Right. Now, how do you know that they're high fae, Sue, and they're just not fae? They're high fae because they're all high fae? I don't know. How do you know that?
Well, I think with the sisters going into the cauldron, I think that gives them more than just immortality. I honestly think that kind of bestowed some high fae properties, but we're not going to know until the next.
So
book.
they're gonna get some powers to do some stuff.
I think they're going to get some power.
Okay, here's my question. Why did the king want them to go into the cauldron to become fairies?
Well, I know that he was trying to convince the human queens, but I still don't understand why he cared.
Right.
Because technically he thought he already had the book in his hands when he had hers. So I'm not exactly sure where that's going, other than maybe to secure that the wall's going to come down. Maybe.
Okay, so let's go back just a little bit and let's make sure that I, for one, have this all straight. All right. So Tamlin made an agreement with the king to get her back. He would allow the king to come in through his lands, right?
Yep.
And that would be his way in to, take over, destroy the wall, do whatever he was going to do. As long as he got her back, that was his agreement. And that was the only agreement. Am I right? Isn't that the only thing Tamlin agreed to with him?
I think, and then he took the sisters, and I think that kind of surprised Tamlin, maybe, unless I read that wrong.
Why did he take the sisters? Why did he care? What did he want the sisters for? What was the point?
He wanted. I'm telling you, I know why King Hybern wanted the sisters.
Well, that's what I mean. Why did King
sisters? Because that was a weakness for her.
For Feyre, if he had her sisters.
Yep, because he knew that he could, or he figured he could control her.
If he had her sisters.
I'm really confused because her power we thought was like gonna outdo King Hybern's, but
it didn't.
I mean, and it did a little bit, but not.
It did at the end. It finally did at the end. It's like something at the end snapped, and she got so pissed off that she had that white light thing, whatever that is, that white
glow thing,
that white light, and she actually broke down the barriers that were keeping them there.
Yep.
Although they didn't really know it, I don't think.
Well, she was sending mental,
and he wasn't getting the messages, though.
I think he was. He just wasn't reacting. Because we know that other bond is still there.
Correct. Right.
So I think he was getting the messages, but he had to play his part, just like she had to play her part to enact this whole from the inside thing.
Yeah. Well, you would have thought how many of them were there, right? How many of them were there? Were there like 4 of them there? I mean, not including Tamlin and Lucian. There was Rysand, her, Cassian and Azriel.
Mm-hmm.
So there was the 4 of them. And you would have thought, if you've got 4 extremely powerful people or fairies, that they could have done something more together. But
except that he had all of that. First off, he basically, the way I look at it is
Mor was there too. That's right. She was there too.
Magic is not unlimited. And so basically he kind of wiped out part of their magic, like made them tired with the whole Ators and all that had that special metal or whatever that disrupts the magic. And so I feel like he kind of wore them down to the part where they didn't have as much left to tap. And then, and two of them got hurt in the process. But they didn't have as much magic to tap, I don't think, at the end. And I think that was the whole reason why he cast the spell that he did.
It all got weird.
Kind of kick them while they're down, sort of thing.
It just all got weird at the end. And then, she basically freed them so they could all leave. But what did that matter? He was letting them go anyhow. And why was he letting them go? What?
He wasn't going to let the sisters go. He honestly wasn't. He was not going to let the sisters go.
Well, I know, but he was going to let everybody else go from.
Yeah, but they weren't necessary to keep her in control. The sisters, I mean, like, yeah, he could have done something to Rysand, and it would have pissed her off because that's her mate, but they didn't play it that way because her main thing, once she saw her sisters in trouble, I think that kind of took over everything, because that's a bond that's even stronger, I think, than mate.
Did he let them go? I mean, he has to know that they're still strong and they're still a threat to him when he lets them go.
I don't think he realizes they're as much as she is.
So he was only worried just about her only.
I mean,
and not them.
Yeah, I think he knows that she has 7 high fae in her, because he even said of the 7, but not, or have the 7, but not all of the 7.
Right.
Like, in other words, he knew she had that in her. And so he's doing, like, basically placate her by allowing those to leave. But he made her basically go back into where he thinks she's going to be controlled. And she played pretty good. She played pretty good.
Well, yeah, because now here she goes back to
Katarina, I'm not trying to hide. Well, yeah, I am. I'm trying to.
Hi, Shawana.
Hey, Shawana. I'm trying
to.
So,
yeah, now here she goes back with Tamlin. Lucian doesn't believe her. Lucian already doesn't believe her that she's being honest and truthful. He doesn't trust her.
No.
You know?
But I think he's going to keep his mouth closed.
I don't know.
I think he's going to keep his mouth closed because
she knows where his mate is.
Yep.
And she might have some pull to get his mate back or get him with his mate.
Yep. And what about that? What about that scene with
Brandy?
With those two,
Brandy.
Yeah,
I've read much steamier. Let me tell you.
I'm telling you, I haven't. Like, whew. I was all like, whoo, whoo, this is late at night. Whoo, Wayne, are you asleep? I got all red-faced. I was just like, oh.
Oh, that's funny. I was reading it too, and I was thinking,
I'm sitting in a hole.
I'm reading away, and I'm like, well, okay, there's a little something going on here, but I'm like, no big deal. It's no big deal.
It was a big deal. I mean, like, that they went into a little detail that I should have expected it from the other one, but I felt like it went.
Okay, so speaking of the steamy part, right? Okay, now she's over there with Tamlin, and she's got to play this part, right? That she's with him, and that Rysand. You know where I'm headed with this, right? Is she going to be over? Is she gonna be over there now doing the nasty with him? Because she's got to play the role,
Is it very possible that she's going to do what Rysand had to do with Amarantha?
right? Right.
But that also means that if she does, Rysand's going to forgive her and understand because he's been in that situation, I think. Well, I mean, I know he's been in that situation. He never wanted to be with Amarantha.
No.
He did what he had to for his lands. Well, now that he made her high lady,
she's gonna have to sleep with him.
Yeah, she made him.
I mean, she probably will.
And she's high lady, so now she's going to do what she has to save her people.
Right.
I still can't believe he made her high lady. Oh, I mean, I can, but still.
Right. So that means that she never really has to be like wife and mother. She's more like, she's now really is equal. A queen, more than anything, isn't going to have those like family kind of responsibilities
Exactly
expected of her. Yeah. And when they were still there in Hybern's castle, wherever they were at, we thought that Rysand wasn't understanding. Rysand wasn't really understanding what she's doing. But then the little last few pages, the little epilogue there at the end or whatever, and
you see it from his point of view,
right, where he understood completely what was going on.
Yep, because that's where we finally, because I thought when Hybern severed the bond for the deal, I was honestly scared. I thought that it had actually, especially the way Rysand had acted in the court,
right?
I thought that it had severed their bond.
Yeah.
So I was very pleased
to find out that they had taken care of that the night before.
Yeah.
So they weren't just out doing the nasty; they were out taking care of some serious business as well.
That's right. Secure. It's like they already kind of had. I don't think they didn't expect the attack, obviously, or else they would have been more prepared.
Right.
But they had already taken precautions of what if we get caught, or what if we get captured by King Hybern? What are we going to do? Now, I still think she was thrown for a loop when Tamlin and Lucian showed up and they were all part of the bargain. Oh, I think if looks could kill, Tamlin would already be a smudge on the. See, like I said, he is no longer Mr. Nice Guy. He is, you took my toy away and I want it back. And I have no sympathy for the man.
And I'm going to do whatever I have to do to get my way.
Yeah, including, putting her sisters at risk, putting everything. He doesn't care as long as he gets what he wants.
Yep.
And that's right.
So I guess the only thing really that her with that white light thing she did at the end and breaking the hold he had on them in the castle was it allowed Rysand and all of them to then leave with the sisters because they kind of snuck out before he was going to just release them on their own. Because when he would have released them, he would have just released the four of them or whatever. And
he wasn't going to release the sisters. And so she did what she had to so that they grabbed the sisters. And that's why I know that he got those mental bond messages from her because he knew to take the sisters and he knew what to do.
Well, heck, they probably talked about all kinds of scenarios before they ever went in there.
Although I don't know that she would have thought that was going to be a scenario.
True.
But she might have worried. That was like.
But then everybody told her not to put the book together.
They did. Everybody said, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it.
And why did she then?
Because something told her that was going to be the only way that she could speak the spell, and she didn't even get close to the daggum cauldron. So I don't. I
No.
don't know what's happening there. And I thought once you put it together, didn't they say it was going to basically be apocalyptic? And it wasn't apocalyptic, or that word. I can't say that word right now. Because he was able to, Rise was able to take it from her. It's still intact. Although King Hybern's a little aggravated now that book's not there either, along with the sisters.
Right. But I mean, she's so smart at other things. Like, she sensed the issue with the orb, and she didn't think that they should show them anything in that orb.
Yep.
But went along with it anyhow and did it. So sometimes she's spot on, and other times she just does stupid stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree, Natalie. I think that she was in control with the book. I think the book controlled her and made her think that the only way that it was going to work the way it was supposed to was to put it together.
Yeah. Well, that didn't work out.
No.
That did not.
But now we don't know that it won't work out later. But we're gonna have to, I'm gonna have to read the third book to see how exactly all this plays out. How many books are there in the series?
5.
Okay.
Yeah. There's 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up reading the whole series. I just know I am.
You and I talked about it last night. I will. I'm not going to rush into it like right after this. Sue's like, "You're not reading it? You're not going to read it right away?" And I'm like, "No, I'm ready for a little break." I'm that kind of person. I need to take a little break from something. I don't ever go right straight through book after book after book. I'm
reading my series right now, but I'll definitely download. So, because I can read up to 5 books at the same time and keep the story straight.
But, 5?
Mm-hmm.
Go you, man. Woo!
Yeah, Wayne used to think I was really weird. Now, this was before Kindle, or before I had Kindle. So it would just be books. And he'd be like, "Why you have 5 books right there? And they all have bookmarks." And I said,
"I'm reading all
because I'll read a chapter in this one, and then I'll read a chapter in this one." He's like, "How do you keep it straight?" And I'm like, "Because I do."
Well, that's not that hard to do. I mean, the stories are completely different. It's not hard. I have 3 going. I mean, I shouldn't talk. I have 3 going. Although I just finished 2. So I finished this one, and I finished the one I was listening to that I had, who read to me in the morning. Finished that one today. So now I just have one other book I'm working on. But now we're going to move on to, I know, this one sounds interesting. Cutthroat Cupcakes.
And I think that's the name of the series, because the first one, book 1, because this is a series, book 1 that we're reading is it? Oh, what was the name?
The Cursed Candy Mysteries is the series.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Cutthroat Cupcakes is the actual book, but Cursed Candy Mysteries #1.
Okay, because I could have swore it said something. Okay, so Cursed Candy Mysteries is the name of the series, and Cutthroat Cupcakes is the name of the book.
Is the first one. Yeah.
I see. I have to be careful.
So see, on the first page here, on the title page, it says Cutthroat Cupcakes, a Cursed Candy Mystery.
Oh, okay.
So Cursed Candy is the series. Think it's going to be cute, Natalie?
Hey, Sean. I agree. I think it will, because
very different.
It sounds very close to, how I told you I'm reading this other series that has, I think there's 19 books in it.
Cozy
and
mystery.
It's a cozy mystery that has like it's a little witchy cozy mystery, but it's all about a small little town.
Mm-hmm. Even
though it's a small town of paranormals, it's still, well, not all, actually the whole town's not paranormal. Actually it's touted as a witch town, but there's actually only one family of real witches. All the rest of them are normal people. They did it as a what do you call it? Like tourist thing to bring in tourists. Like a little kitschy type of town. And it is so, I love this series. And so I'm going to have to make sure to keep them.
Well, this one's a series, Brandy. This one's a series.
Which means I
I
know
think
I'll
I read this the last time. This is like the little synopsis. It says, killer cupcakes? Seems improbable to Lena, but when an attractive detective snaps cuffs on her and accuses her of witchy crimes, she's forced to reconsider. The murder weapon. I know I got a dog under here.
Oh,
She
told
came
you.
over this way. Go. She got to go outside and she doesn't want to. It's raining, you
I
know.
don't care. No. Ouch. Turn around.
Accuses her of witchy
Oh.
crimes. Okay, go. There.
She says it's raining, Mom. I'm not supposed to get my.
I know. She's refusing to go outside because it's raining and she doesn't want to go. But
Put a little umbrella over her.
right, I know. Anyhow, accuses her of witchy crimes she's forced to reconsider. The murder weapon, a cupcake topper sold in Lena's shop, sticky, tricky treats. The method, a killing curse. The curse's origin, Lena, sort of. Except Lena hadn't a clue that she was a witch and certainly didn't know that she'd accidentally cursed some of her confections. She's got to catch the killer who used her magic as a weapon or possibly face a conviction as an accessory. Now, if only the wizard detective assigned to the case weren't such a distraction.
Oh, this is going to be good. See, because Mindy, this means it has some of the little love. Now, it's not going to be steamy, but it's going to have some of the little love interest. It's going to have small town and little mystery to go with it. It's very similar, like I said, to what I'm reading. Now, guess where what I'm reading is located?
I have no idea.
Michigan.
Oh, I think you've told me that.
Yep,
Yeah.
They even have a lighthouse in the town.
Oh, of course they do. But it's probably not a real town.
Well, no, not everything.
Did they give you the name of the town?
Yeah, and now I've forgotten what the name of it is in my head.
All right. Just wondered if they used a real town or not.
Oh, Magnolia Cove, I think is the name of it.
Oh yeah, there's no Magnolia Cove here. No Magnolia Cove. Anyhow. So, you guys ready to start this one then?
I'm so excited.
It's free. It's a free download on Kindle.
It wasn't free for me. I paid
It wasn't
$2.99 or $3.99.
Oh, maybe it was. I don't know.
Sue got it for free. Lucky ducky.
That's right. Sue got it for free and we had to buy it. That's right. But it's not much.
Yeah, it was $2.99, I think, is what I paid.
Yeah. That's right. Yes. There you go.
I'm okay with that because, like I said, it's right along what I've been reading. Oh, and I love it. I love it.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to do this. You ready? Yeah, it wasn't free for us, Sue. No, it was not free. I didn't profile my guests, not exactly. But on days when I wasn't swamped with in-store shoppers and filling online orders, I practiced guessing the motivations of the people who entered my shop. Every type of person came into sticky, tricky treats. My year-round Halloween-themed candy store. The Halloween-themed candy store. Not an exaggeration because everyone either loved sweets or knew someone who loved sweets. And since I offered the best specialty, handcrafted candies in town, I saw the sweet tooth regulars, the special occasion shoppers, the apology gift buyers, and the seasonal crowd. So she sees everybody. Halloween-themed candy shop.
Oh, it's perfect.
Tricky treats. My son has found a new toy. Let me show you what it is. You guys will laugh at this. Where'd it go now? Where'd it go?
Did you take your son's toy?
This is his new toy. You know what this is.
Yeah, that's what
everybody knows what this is. It's his new toy because it flies.
Oh my God. I'm going to be waiting for Mindy to be recording a video, and then that's just going to come flying across the screen.
I know. He's like, he keeps practicing with it, trying to get it to be more accurate and do things. And I'm like, okay. when he can do tricks with it, then we'll put it on YouTube, he said. I'm like, okay.
I don't know. Mine just came home because it's senior year, and he just had to let me show me the package. Because when they tell you about the senior package, right? For the cap and the gown and the invitations. Now they have all this extra stuff that comes with it: a hoodie and a T-shirt and a tumbler bag, a keychain, a plaque with your degree, certificate,
Your diploma.
Your diploma, a photograph where you put your senior portrait and the tassel from your cap and gown in.
God.
Yeah, it has all of this stuff. So of course, what do you think he's excited about? He's like, okay, and then so I'm just like, but then again, after having two, I already knew senior year is expensive because
Oh yeah.
and they get the kids excited about all the extra stuff, because you could just get the basic one small little thing of invitations, cap and gown, but that's no fun.
We didn't have all that stuff when my kids graduated.
I didn't even get to keep my cap and gown. Ours was rented.
Oh yeah, my high school one I didn't get to keep. My high school one.
Mine was rented. I have Jasmine's in the closet because we had to buy it.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I didn't get to keep my high school one because the high school ones were special. We had two colors, and the girls got one color, and the boys got another color.
Ours was blue because we were the Patriots, red, white, and blue.
Mm-hmm.
So ours was blue. Jasmine's in there, all of her cords and everything. I said, why didn't you take it to your new apartment? She said, what am I going to do with it?
What am I going to do with it?
She said, that's for you, Mom, because, you're supposed to want to hold on to all the stuff that represents me.
No.
I'm like, wow. I
have my college one because that one I had to buy, but the kids didn't keep theirs.
No, this is what's happened. Chris still has his somewhere. Jasmine, I have hers, and now Danny is going to have.
You didn't even get to keep the hat, Natalie, the cute hat thing. We got to keep our hat.
I got to keep the tassel. That's all I got to keep.
No, that's not true either. No, that's not true. We didn't get to keep that either. You're right, Natalie. I think all we got was the tassel.
And in fact,
it hung on my rearview mirror in my car for years.
Yeah, I put mine on my rearview mirror. All we got was the tassels. And in fact, we were even told after, when they told us to move the tassel, they said, under no circumstances are you to throw that up in the hair.
No.
Yeah, like we listened.
As a matter of fact, you had to turn all that stuff in to get your diploma.
Yeah.
Like after we graduated, then we went back into the building and you took off all your stuff and then they gave you your diploma.
Yeah, I remember one of my friends who was before me, because I used to have the last name that was in the last part of the alphabet. And, and you're like, whoo, you got that rolled piece of paper. And so, of course, what do? They sit down and they unroll it. And like literally as loud as they could possibly go, it's blank. This is a blank piece of paper.
Yep.
And that's when we realized it was all for show. And so the principal made sure to go, yes, it's blank. And if you want the real one, you will turn back in your cap and gown as you're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll get the real one. And
we literally all just marched right back into the building, took off our gown and our cap, and here you go, and kept our tassel and got our diploma.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They don't do that now.
I know, right?
Now they actually have there's no paper anymore. They get the little folder that has the certificate in it, their diploma, unless they don't, because even if they don't graduate, they let them walk. And so what happens is if they have not met graduation requirements, they walk, they have the cap and gown, all that good stuff. But when they're handed their diploma, inside it just says certificate of completion, meaning they went through the motions of high school, but they do not have a high school diploma.
Right. I don't know how they did it. I don't think my kids got theirs at the ceremony. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyhow. All right. I'm going to eat dinner.
What you don't eat?
I think we're having pulled chicken sandwiches.
Ooh, that sounds good. I
I'm
may
pretty
have
sure.
to steal some.
I'm pretty sure I can smell them.
I still should have gotten Wayne to get me some ice cream.
You're still on ice. Didn't you get ice cream yesterday?
No, I didn't get no ice cream. And instead, I forgot to pick up ice cream. I just picked up some snacks that are pretty much all Reese's based.
Oh, ever since you're live, people talking about ice cream. You just have to have some ice cream.
Gotta have some ice cream. But now I have
Randy, guess what? Yesterday, before you're live, we went to Culver's, and I got some of Dale's mixer thing. I didn't get my own. I just had some of his.
Oh my goodness! And then,
yeah, Sean, you missed the whole book chat thing.
Guess what I got that I've never had before, and I'm curious as to how it tastes. A whoopie pie. Something called a whoopie pie.
You've never had a whoopie pie?
No, I've never had a whoopie pie.
Whoopie.
I have two kinds. I got a chocolate and peanut butter whoopie pie. So it looks like cake.
The filling is chocolate. Is peanut butter?
It looks like. And then the other one says birthday cake whoopie pie.
Oh, I never had a birthday cake one.
I've never had a whoopie pie.
Regular chocolate with the white cream, vanilla cream inside. I've never had a fancy one.
Okay.
No fancy.
Read to what chapter? What chapter are we reading in our new book?
Oh shoot, halfway. Oh God, that's right.
We don't know what halfway.
We gotta go halfway. Hang on. Let's see. I can go back to the table of contents here. What do we got?
Yeah, sorry, Sean. We start at 5:30.
Yeah, or 6:30 my time.
Well, 5:30 Central. Sorry.
There's 19 chapters.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah. There's 19 chapters. So
what'll have to be 8 and what'll have to be 9? No, that'll be only 17. Hold on.
10 and 9.
10 and 9. That's what I meant. Look, I've been at school all day and I've been having to grade these papers that nobody wants to put
10 and 9. So do you want to read through 10 this time?
Yeah. Let's read 10 chapters this time.
Because
it's gonna go really quick, I can guarantee.
Okay. Sean, we are reading. Let me see if I can show you. Not that way. Let's go this way. Hello. It's called Cutthroat Cupcakes. Cutthroat Cupcakes.
It's just a short little cozy.
Yep. The author is Kate with a C, Lolly. It's part of a series of the Cursed Candy Mysteries.
That I can guarantee you I will continue reading even after this.
Getting you hooked on too many things here. Too many things.
Well, girl, you know me. What? I can't live without too many things. Like, think of all the crafts I do.
I know, right? Here. Cut. Oh, shoot. It helps if I click on the box. Cutthroat Cupcakes. There it is. And it is Kate Lolly. Chapter 10. Read through chapter 10.
Chapter 10.
Now that I'm done having her, that girl out there, read the other one to me, I'll have her read this one to me. Be my breakfast reading.
Nope, I still read mine on my own. But then again, like I said, I dedicate, like, there's a time at the end before I go to bed every night, anywhere from midnight to 1 o'clock in the morning, that I do my reading.
There you go.
Well, I mean, I still read throughout the day, but like that's my dedicated reading time.
Gotcha. I usually read at night before I go to sleep. Helps me wind down and actually go to sleep. So
I do that in my coloring app.
There you go.
On my phone.
There you go.
That, by the way, I colored a Chuck Pinson the other day.
So did I. That's funny. That's funny.
Oh, on your coloring app?
Yeah.
I think you probably have the same one I have.
I actually colored Brookside Retreat.
I colored the one. It's I don't remember the name of it. It's got a barn like on one side, and there's this dirt road, and it leads up to the barn, and you've got a pasture out beside it.
Could be any of them.
That pretty much describes most of it.
I've done a JoJo's Arts in my coloring app.
Yep.
And
I've colored most of JoJo's art.
I think I did an Ann Stokes one day.
I've done a couple of Ann Stokes, and I've done almost all of the Stanley Morrisons.
In coloring?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've seen any of his in my coloring app, but
yeah, it's called Cute Dragons.
Oh.
It's in the artists section if you have the same app that I have.
Well, I have two. I have one that's Color Planet.
Oh, that's not the one I got.
And then I have one that's called Paint by Number.
Yeah, but that's the one I have that has the artist collection.
Yeah. There you go, Sue and Karen. There you go. That's ones we have.
That's right.
Do you have the cross stitch app? I know Sue has the cross stitch app.
I have it. I just don't use it anymore now that I've found the coloring app that I really like.
I still like the cross stitch app.
Mine's not working well on my phone.
Oh, mine works fine on my phone. I just have to. I do it when we ride around in the car and stuff.
Oh yeah.
When I got a new phone, I lost all my pictures. So
Wayne laughs at me because I do all these pictures, and I'm like, literally when I found my first Chuck, when I'm like, oh, I'm coloring Chuck Benson.
not funny.
And he's like, what's wrong with you? Don't you diamond paint that? I'm like, yes. I got it on my coloring app.
Do you know how much faster it was to color it on this app?
I love it because I could make it my background if I want.
Oh yeah, I've never done anything with them. I think I shared my Chuck Pinson on Instagram. I think that was all I did.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to eat. I'm hungry.
Ooh.
All right, I'll see you guys next time, and we'll see what happens with the witchy candy maker.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
All right. Okay. See you guys later. Bye.